What's good, YouTube? Steven Sports Cards here, back with another video. Hope you're all doing well. Today is a big community video. Got a care package, VRs, and thanks to my good friend Jim at Picker Jim S. Shout out. He makes me want to shout. Get the reference? I hope you do. He wanted us for his Just Because giveaway to send him cards and kind of have like a group prize that the community puts together, which I thought was really original and creative. But he also, in the spirit of himself, wanted to shout out the little guy. Jim was one of the first people to comment on my first video, and every time I find a relatively new channel, I always go back to the first video to watch it, welcome them to the community. And Jim somehow always beats me to the channel. I don't know how he finds everybody, but he is just invaluable to this community and just a hell of a guy. I've gotten to know him very well, travel with him to some card shows, and definitely blessed to be close to him. So, Jim, happy to support you, happy to shout out these awesome channels, and I hope if you guys haven't heard of some of these channels that you'll click on them, and if you like what they're doing, subscribe, support them. The subs and the views and the comments, they can go a long way. So I will leave the link to all these channels in the description. Definitely give them a chance. First one is my buddy Steve at Vintage on Vintage. 273 subs when I pulled it the other day. His name is very good compared to mine. I wish that I decided to be more creative with my channel name when I started out. But Vintage on Vintage is kind of just what he is. He's a vintage guy that loves vintage cards, and he's got a crazy great collection. He's a great member of this community. I hope that he'll be able to make it out to Chicago so I can meet him in person. You will not regret checking out Steve at Vintage on Vintage. Next one is The Stuff of Greatness. 205 subs, hosted by Mark. They go from knick-knacky simple things like Heartland statues all the way to museum quality artifacts, and they go into depth, really have great production value, shooting their things. And I know not all of us collect memorabilia, but to be able to live vicariously through a channel like The Stuff of Greatness is a really cool way to learn about the history of the game, to learn about different releases, and kind of just to immerse yourself in the memorabilia world, which is so closely tied to our card hobby. So check out Mark at The Stuff of Greatness. The next one is Carlisle at The Battery. He's got 136 subscribers. Carlisle is a really awesome guy, huge Braves fan. All of you out there that like Hank Aaron, Eddie Matthews, Warren Spahn, and those vintage Braves have to check out his stuff. Amazing Braves collection, and a really cool guy. I've gotten to interact with him back and forth in some lives and in comment sections. Just a really awesome guy that deserves a lot more than 136 subs. So go check him out. The next one is Matt and Tyrus at The Card Story. They actually were the ones that sent me the care package. They said that they were looking for something for me. I told them it was very unnecessary, and I appreciate them thinking of me. Matt told me that he missed out on what he wanted to get me. It went too high at auction, and I was like, well, I'm glad it went over your price. I don't want you spending big money on me. And out of the blue, I get a text from him probably 20 minutes ago saying, hey, your package arrived today. Didn't send a note because he wouldn't be able to read my handwriting. He's been just an amazing member of this community. It really shocks me with how supportive they are of everyone else that they're not over 200 subs yet. 169 when I checked it the other day. Go check them out. Amazing Hank Aaron collection. They're about 40% of the way there on the Playing Days Master Set. Some really rare issues. And they're also doing some distraction PCs like the 1955 Bowman set and a chase for a T205 Ty Cobb. So definitely go support them. Great father-son duo and just amazing members of this community. Thank you again. I opened the top, but I haven't peeked yet. I'm a little nervous because I didn't feel plastic when I grabbed this. So I hope that everything's okay in here. But we're going to figure this out together. Um, oh, wow. That's so awesome. It's a 1968 American League batting leaders Venezuelan tops. That is sick. Man, Matt, thank you so much, bro. I did not have this. This is actually my first Venezuelan of all three of these players. And that's really special. These are three of my favorite players to collect: Al Kaline, Frank Robinson, and of course Carl Yastrzemski. This was a highlighting part of his Triple Crown year. And a lot of these have back damage. They were glued into albums. But man, that is really cool. Thank you so much, Matt and Tyrus. You guys deserve a heck of a lot more than 169 subs, and I hope that if you're watching my channel and enjoy what I'm doing, that you'll go over there and check them out. Matt's gotten really into the more scarce and oddball, if you will, issues, and he's gotten amassed a really awesome collection of Hank Aaron stuff. So definitely go check it out. You will not regret it. Wow. Next, I got Bill from STL Puckhead Sports Cards. I actually found him through Chris from Missouri, who is just another great member of this community, well over the 300 sub threshold. But Bill is only at 104 subs. He is working on the 1960 top set, and that's kind of the connection point we've had in the couple conversations and comments we've had, because I love Carl Yastrzemski and that design. So, really good guy. He deserves more than 104 subs. And go support him. He's a former military, really awesome guy, and he's local to Chris, so hopefully he'll show his face in some live streams or interviews going forward as well. Next, this is a channel that stunned me that it was under 300 subs, and that's Mike at Sticks and Seams. Another guy who's in the Florida area with Lou Rock and Mr. Fisher Bike and all those great channels down there, Orlando. Mike is just a really awesome guy. He's got an insane collection, and 211 subs, just I was shocked to see that. He's been doing videos for quite a bit longer than me, so for him to have less subs just doesn't make sense to me. So definitely go check out Mike if you haven't already at Sticks and Seams. The next one, Scott at Stukes Baseball Cards and Curiosities. Scott has become honestly like a mentor to me in this hobby, and kind of how you see Rick Vintage Oddball Cards, John Mangini, and Dave Blue Jacket 66 showing off things that you don't see every day. Scott has been collecting for a long time. He is insanely knowledgeable, and the stuff that he has is truly special. And the fact that he was only at 105 subs when I checked is absolutely criminal. He should be up there with those guys. Really great guy. He's been finally being part of live streams the last couple months, which has been really awesome. Got to talk with him on a live stream over on Dave, Legends of the Dugout channel. And he just needs a lot more subs and a lot more love, because he's just trying to share his knowledge and help the next generation of collectors. And it's just a really awesome channel with a great guy behind it. Go check out Scott at Stukes Baseball Cards and Curiosities. You will not regret it. Next one, my boy Hugo at Signs of the Pastime. Another guy that's just over 100 subs, 104 when I checked. He is like a breath of fresh air to this card community. So many of us kind of do the same kind of videos, and it's great because you get to know the person and what they look for in the card and what cards mean more to them. But Hugo shoots on location, and that is just so different. When I saw his first video, I was blown away. It was his first ever YouTube video, not just card video. His camera presence, the way that he was able to bring the stories to life, and just so casually walking around and talking to you like he's known you for years. He's also been an amazing supporter both of my card channel and my podcast, and it means a lot to me, Hugo. It's been really awesome getting to know you, and I hope that I can meet you in person someday. Keep up the great work, Hugo. You truly are a unique channel in this community. Go check him out at Signs of the Pastime. Amazing stories, amazing autograph collection, amazing guy. Next one is my guy Mike at Sexton's Kentucky Cardboard. Mike started out as just a commenter on my videos at Sexton Knife Works, and I noticed one day that he had made a couple videos, and Mike has an insane collection. Slabs of all different kinds of Hall of Famers represented in this collection, all different years, all different grades. And he does a great job pulling stats and taking a group of cards and putting them together, and somehow they all are connected. It's really awesome. He's a great member of this community, always supportive of others, and you guys should go support him. He's right under 200 subs, and I know we can get him there. Mike at Sexton's Kentucky Cardboard. Next one is an amazing supporter of this community, Scott Maz, 185 subs. Did a VR for him 3 or 4 months back. Really great dude. He comments on so many channels. I know I have personally been a bad commenter the last month and a half. Life's been very busy. I've been watching all my videos basically on TV or listening to them when I'm driving, between things, while I'm working on other things. And Scott finds a way to always leave comments on the videos he's watching. Really great guy. Sneaky great collection. Mantles, Clementes, you name it. He's working on the 1956 top set, I believe. Really awesome guy that deserves twice as much support as he gives to everybody else, which is already a lot. So go check out Scott Maz, 185 subs. Next one, another Mike from Scoots Collectibles. He's a relatively new channel, only 53 subs, so hopefully we can push the momentum to get him over 100. Mike's a Pirates fan. I know there's so many of them in the community already, but Mike has been a really awesome supporter of all these other channels that I've seen. He comments a lot, and probably the only channel in the history of the YouTube community that gave me partial credit for why he made his first video. He said that he saw me and Adam from Vintage Sanctuary on James Elite Hunter's live stream, and talking about being new to YouTube, it gave him the push that he needed to make videos. So really awesome to see that, very humbled. And Mike is a great dude, great collection. He buys vintage cards on a budget, and he does a really great job getting some really great cards for his collection. Go check out Mike at Scoots Collectibles. Next one, it's a shame I did him in my Wade Boggs fan shout out months back. But Mark at Rudog21 is only at 164 subs. Are you kidding? He's been doing this forever, has arguably the best Roberto Clemente collection on YouTube. And yes, that is not a slight to John Mangini, who has an amazing collection himself. Mark also has a pretty big Derek Jeter PC and is super supportive of so many channels, including mine. Got to meet him at the National. Really awesome dude. If you have any interest in Roberto Clemente, the great one, you will not regret checking out Mark at Rudog21. Next one is a new friend, Darren from Return to Collecting. Darren is such a good guy that when I did his Dream Card VR like 3 days late, he commented saying, "Oh, on the next VR, like I'll make sure to have a deadline further out." He made it his problem that I was late on the VR. No, it was not on you, Darren. I just didn't have the time to get that VR out in time, but I still wanted to support you and make the video because I thought it was a great topic talking about your dream cards. And Darren, you have a dream Nolan Ryan collection. I know Nolan Ryan is one of the most collectible pitchers in this hobby. A lot of people love collecting his stuff. Go check out Darren's Nolan Ryan collection. You will not be regretting it, because he has high grade Nolan Ryans the entire run, and it is truly special. Really great guy. I'm happy he's finally started showing himself on camera and getting more comfortable, making friendships. You'll love to see that. 162 subs when I checked. Let's get him to 200, people. Next one, if you're a Dodgers fan of any of those vintage teams, Sandy Koufax, Don Drysdale, Jackie Robinson, Gil Hodges, Duke Snyder, Pee Wee Reese, Roy Campanella, the names go on and on. Rick Acosta, Dodger card collector. He's in the 160s as well. Really awesome dude. I've gotten to actually hear him speak more on Alex Bowman 53's live streams about the Dodgers and different types of collecting. Has an insane Dodgers room and collection. I love the way he displays and talks about his cards. And just a really great member of this community. If you enjoy Dodger cards, he is a must follow. Let's get him to 200, people. Next one, I mentioned him earlier, my older brother from another mother, Dave from Legends of the Dugout. Dave is one of the truly nicest guys I have gotten to meet since joining this YouTube card community. Former serviceman, a really awesome dude, and he is so passionate about this community. It's really an amazing outlet for all of us, and he appreciates it so much. Talk to him weekly at this point, and he is just an awesome guy. One of the people I'm looking forward to meeting most at the National in Chicago. Dave does not have enough subs. He got over 100, but we got to keep it moving. He does Unprepared in Lives, which I've been on a few of them. He's had some really great collectors. Orlando, Scott Stukes Baseball Cards and Curiosities, Matt THA Card Story, Theo Clemente Collector, Adam Vintage Sanctuary. The list goes on and on. He's had all these big channels on his channel as a live stream, but isn't getting the subs to show there. So go check out Dave at Legends of the Dugout. You will not regret it. Great guy, great channel. Next one is Peter B. 88 subs. I was shocked to see that. Much like Scott Maz, he is commenting on almost every single video that I watch in the community. It is pretty awesome to see that kind of support. Again, makes me feel bad for the last month and a half of me not being as active in the comment sections. But he not only supports, but has a crazy collection in his own right. Does Tobacco Card Tuesdays, has a ton of great stuff, and is super knowledgeable. He's always adding things in his comments to make them thoughtful and really add to the conversation that you start in your videos, and I really appreciate that, Peter. So go check him out. We got to get him over 100, and hopefully the momentum will carry him to the further milestones. Another one that I absolutely love to watch is Mike, the Sports History Collector. 83 subscribers as well, under 100 is criminal. Mike comments and supports a lot of other channels, but the reason I really appreciate him is he tells stories of players and events that get very overlooked in the hobby. Very small moments that had big ripple effects and significance, and at the time were of serious interest and now have kind of faded into irrelevancy. And Mike will highlight those moments, show cards and autographs that go along with those moments. Really awesome guy. I love his videos. Needs to be over 100. Let's get him there. Next one is George at Concrete Buddy. He's also someone that started out as just a commenter on my videos, started doing VRs, and now really has started to shine in his videos, as well as being on a live stream about pre-war with John Mangini and Sean Tieford over on 3D80 Kid channel. George, you're an amazing dude. You have an insane collection, and I've been loving watching you get out of your shell in this community. I hope to meet you someday, brother. 147 subs. We got to get him up to 200 and then some. George at Concrete Buddy. Another great collection, Alex at All Day Cards. Orioles guy. Yeah, I know. That's a Red Sox fan. Not the best thing, but he has a similar appreciation to me with the scarcer regional issues and collecting those kind of things. And we've had some great conversations in the comment section. Really awesome channel, and Alex is one of the nicest in the business. He's always thoughtful with his replies, and you will not regret checking him out. He's at 153 subs. Gotta get him closer to 200. Final ones are the number guys. They put numbers in their channel names so they're at the top of your feeds. Didn't think of that. John, 3D80s Kid, just over 200 subs, and to me, that is insanely low. I know we don't do this for the sub numbers, but just like I talked about with Dave, John, through his Goonies in the Outfield live streams that I've been on, as well as his Authentic and Unaltered interview series, has had some huge channels on, asks really thoughtful questions, dives deep into their old videos, and it is just really awesome to see the effort he puts into not just the questions and his interactions with the content, but with his editing skills as well. He's really brought so many different references to life in his videos. Great sense of humor, amazing guy. I'm shocked that he's not over 500, let alone 300. So let's get him up there. I've seen him on almost every single video. In the final one, they grow up so fast. I've been talking about Joe, Four Soft Corners channel, since I met him at the National Atlantic City. Me and Joe have became really good friends, talk quite frequently, and he went from being kind of in his shell to being all over the place, more subs than me now, but he's still under 300. And Joe also actually has a VR going on, so you know how I am. If I can work in a second VR to a video, I'm going to do it. And Joe, it was celebrating his 100th video on YouTube. Joe, you have been hustling a lot more than me. I think I'm in the 40s. But Joe wanted us to celebrate with celebration cards, whether it was a card that celebrates an event or a card that you got for a special event. Now, I have a lot of sentimental cards in my collection, including, obviously, this 68 Venezuelan that I just got from a good friend, Matt and Tyrus. That is awesome. But I actually pulled aside cards that are just celebrating moments of great players. Got this 2000 RBI Albert Pujols, who was the second player ever to do so. Really awesome card there of the machine. My favorite modern player ever. Have this Time to Party walk-off of Rafael Devers, the face of the Red Sox, with Xander Bogaerts. I miss him so much. Really awesome here. I got this as a gift from Frank MTTM. Shout out Dylan, Double D Vintage, Reggie Jackson in an Angels uni, hit his 500th home run. Really cool Fleer card here, and celebrating the guy who, if you haven't seen his documentary on Amazon, you are missing out. Super well done, and I think everything that was in that documentary is why I prioritized getting the Reggie Jackson rookie at last year's National. He was bigger than life during his time, and as the years go on, I think he will continue to get more appreciation. And I couldn't have celebration cards without one for Yaz. This one is awesome, and talks about Yaz plating 6 in the Red Sox romp. It was a career-high 6 RBIs in 1964. Really awesome picture of him there that I had never seen before. So that's what I got for this video. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Joe and Jim, for putting on these VRs. And I hope that for all of you that made it to the end, you also show a little love to this channel that has less than 300 subs, the Solo Shot Sports Podcast. My baby. I cover the topics in modern baseball that I find interesting, and because I'm so passionate about the history of the game, I throw it back along the third base line to that day in baseball history, highlighting a Hall of Famer or a crazy event that happened on that day in baseball. It means a lot to me if you guys subscribed and check that out. It's available both on its own YouTube channel as well as Spotify. I hope you guys all have an amazing holiday weekend, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.